How's it going, everybody? It's that time of year again where I take a look at all the contents of my backpack and go through all of the different bits and pieces that I have collected over the years. It's not something I usually enjoy doing, but people seem to like to see the differences year on year. And to be fair, it is nice to see the things that have changed in between the times that I've done these videos. So before we start, you can take a look there. I've done a little tidy up in preparation for this video. And we have 1,999 items in my backpack. So one item short of 2,000. Let's take a look. So first page we have the unusuals. That's obviously 50 items per page. There are 50 unusuals there. I'm not going to go through every single one because we'd be here all day. I'll point out some of my favourites. We've got some professional killstreak ones up here. My Blighted Beak, which is Scorching. That's pro killstreak. Scorching Tyrants is also pro killstreak. Got my Tossle Cap, that's one of my older unusuals. My Strange Unusual Professional Killstreak Bonk Boy, which has got sunbeams on it. My Wraithrap, which is Scorching Flames. Also got the Halloween spell Gangrene Footprints, that's also pro killstreak, and that is my most expensive hat. I do have something else that is on and off more expensive. The most expensive item in my backpack does vary between two, but sometimes it has been this. What else have we got? Oh, we got Dragonborn Helmet. This is also pro killstreak. Burning Flames, another Halloween spell on there. And then there's obviously my pro killstreak Regulator Sunbeams. That's one of the hats that everyone seems to know me for. My Golden Demo Man. We've got all sorts. We've got my Killer Exclusive there, which is Disco Beatdown. I've got... oh, what else have we got? I've got my Legendary Lid. This is the Assassin Grade one that I unboxed. It's got masked flies, so it's not brilliant, but you've got all sorts. I'll post a link, of course, in the description with a link to the backpack TF page of my backpack. So if you want to look at all the specific unusuals, you can. On to the next page, we have some more unusuals. We have one of the hats that I uncrated. These are all ones that come from different collections. We have my unusual weapons. So I've got a hot on the sticky bomb launcher for the pink elephant. This is a factory new one. We have Minimal Wear Sweet Dreams grenade launcher, also with hot as well. We have Energy Orb on a Minimal Wear Black Dahlia pistol. Then I have some strange unusuals. We've got the Backwards Boomstick, which was my first unusual weapon. And it's a strange one as well. It's got Isotope on it. Professional Killstreak, of course. Then we've got a strange Professional Killstreak Isotope Flower Power Revolver, which has got Minimal Wear. Then I have my Flamethrower, and this one is also pro killstreak, and it's also strange. It's minimal wear and it's got Energy Orb. I have to say Energy Orb is probably my most favourite of the weapon effects. Scorching is my favourite hat effect, but Energy Orb has to be my favourite effect for weapons. Finally, on the unusual weapons, we have my Airwolf Wrench with the cool effect. This is the only reason I got this was for my 6 unusuals on one class on the engineer loadout, and that is obviously possible for pretty much all classes now, I think, with the new war paints and unusual possibilities. So I think you can get that on a lot more than just the engineer now. Some more special stuff. I've got my Professional Killstreak Vintage Luger Morph with the Community Sparkle effect. Now, these were given out to people who helped make the Sam and Max game years back, along with the Maxis Severed Head. And they had Community Sparkle, and they became tradable later on, so I have a tradable one. And in-game it has a little Community Sparkle effect, as does this, a self-made Manco supply crate key. I've added a glitch specialized killstreak to it. So it does say specialized killstreak key. Don't know how you go on a killstreak with a key. It's got the Community Sparkle effect. This became tradable because for the people who make items in the game, they get a self-made version of that item. And they also get a self-made version of the key for the case that their item is in. So this was a self-made festive key, because the item the person had made was inside a festive crate. However, once the event was over, it turned into a regular key, became tradable, and these people started selling them. So they're worth a fair bit of keys, a fair bit of cash these days. But there we go. I've got my Maxis Severed Head, which is also special killstreak, as is my Hooah. In memory of Paul the Octopus, the psychic octopus who used to predict football scores in the late noughties. I've got my earbuds there, level 99. Vintage Bill's hat. Now vintage, this is the only glitched vintage item I have. All of the other vintage items were before an update years and years ago where they turned unique items into vintage to basically have a differential between the value of them. However, the Bill's hat and certain other items you can get vintage Maxis, you can get vintage earbuds, etc, etc. Those happened because people deleted their items and then went to Valve and said, I accidentally deleted an item, and Valve would restore the item for them, but however they used to give it to them in a vintage form. And once people cottoned on to the fact that they were getting vintage items from Valve, they started deleting other items and getting them back in vintage. So there are some vintage short stops in the game which aren't usually physically possible, but there are some glitched ones in the game. This was my first misc drop back when there used to be a difference between hats and miscs before, you know, the term cosmetic became a thing. This was my first ever crafted hat. The vintage Tribonerophorus tyrannus. I think there's a video of me making this. This was my first ever hat drop as well, the Blix Bucket Hat. So this was all before they turned vintage. I have all of the vintage hats in the game. All of the non-glitched vintages. That is, they carry on onto page 3 as well. I also have a bunch of genuine items. Don't have all of them in the game. There are a lot because they all mostly come from promotions with buying games and stuff like that. This one came from actually having a real-life Spike Crab, a plushie, which you could order, and you got an in-game version of it as well. So there are some for in real-life items as well, but most of them came from buying games and whatnot. So there's the genuine items, and then continue on this page. There's a lot more genuine items. These are all tradable as well, so you can collect them if you want. You can also buy them on the Steam Community Market. As they are marketable, we then have some strange items, some strange cosmetics. My most worn has to be my Allfather. I wear that on my medic, on my soldier, on my heavy. Got just under 175,000 points on it. Also got the Professor Specs. New users helped 8. So that's a bunch of people I've apparently helped. And I've used some of them. Used some of them more than others. But most of them are just there, chilling in the backpack. Then we've got some unique items here. Some of the more special ones, to me, I guess. The Cheater's Lament was my first ever actual hat. Because it was given to those who didn't use a cheating program in order to get, you know, to idle before, when hats used to be a really rare thing. Some people used a program to simulate idling in the game in order to boost their chances of getting a hat. I wasn't smart enough to do that. Don't know how to do anything like that, really. So I just naively carried on playing the game as normal, and those of us who did that got the Cheater's Lament for free. Got my service medal there. There was only, 10,000 I think of these made in the game. I'm not sure how many still exist, or how many are still in circulation, actually. Lumbricker's lid. That was what hat I used to wear all the time. Bill's hat, my original Bill's hat from Left 4 Dead 2 pre-order. BMOC, the tux from when I installed Linux on my computer. Took me absolutely forever because everyone thought the tux was going to be the new earbuds and they were going to be super profitable and you could trade for them. Nope, not marketable or tradable, and it's been like that for years, but at least I have one in my backpack, I guess. Then we got just a bunch of unique items. Some of them I wear, some of them I don't really wear, some of them I just collected, but there's a few pages of just unique cosmetics. There's some like these which are quite rare. This one actually has an unusual effect. The map stamps. I've got a few map stamps there that I've collected. Some things like the essential accessories. They were super rare back in the day. Used to be one of the most rare cosmetics. Everyone wanted them for their scout. Onto this page, and we start with getting onto the Halloween items. So I've got all of the Halloween items in the game. We start off with the 2009 item, the gibbous. Now mine is a strange gibbous because I use a strangifier, and it is a ghastly arrest gibbous because, as you can see, it says a special Halloween item from 2009. So this is what, 8 years old now, nearly 9 years old. It's crazy. I've also added a professional kill streak onto it because why the hell not? And I use it a lot in comp. It's got 102,000 points on it because I wear that on my medic when I play in competitive games. We have items from 2010, the Voodoo Juju and the Spine Chilling Skull. 2011, Spine Chilling Skull from then. Then we have things like the Monoculus, the Horseless Headless Horseman's Head, and the Mildly Disturbing Halloween Mask. These are all things that you can make strange using Strangifiers that were released in Halloween crates. Obviously the Seal Mask, Saxon Hail Mask, that was from an event in 2009 or 10. We had to collect all of these masks, and once you collected one of each, you could craft it into the Saxon Hail Mask. Then I've got all of the 2011 sets for all of the different classes, starting from Scout and ending with Demo Man. For some reason, that's not in the right order. It's in some weird order. I may have to change that up, but yeah, got all of them in Haunted version. On page 10, we've got the stuff from the following year. This was 2012, when you had the Marasmus hat, the Voodoo Cursed Souls, and all of the different. There was some kind of attempt at making them into sets, but some just got random items, and I think the soldier actually only got one. Everything else was sort of all class items. Onto that, we started getting a lot more haunted items. This was the following year, and we got tons and tons. The next few pages are basically just haunted items. These ones are strange haunted items. These are the strange haunted items that basically count stuff that happens in the carnival. So kills that you get on the carnival, underworld kills, Carnival Games 1, those little mini games like the bumper cars and stuff like that. These were released, and that's the only strange counters that you can only use them during Halloween or a full moon. So I've got all of these in strange haunted versions. Then we started getting into the different series. So this is the Gargoyle Collection. As you can see, there are all the ticks on there. You can see the stars on the collections. If you've got a tick next to it, that means you've collected all of the items. You've collected that item. As you can see, I've got all of them. If it's got a star next to it, it means you have an unusual version of that hat. So as you can see on this one, the helmet, smoky sombrero, and the prehistoric pullover, I've got unusual versions of it. So it's quite nice. I do wonder if anyone has a collection of some sort that has all stars. I'm not sure if there is anybody who can boast that. I know some of the more recent ones, like the war paints, only have, 6 or 7 items in the collection, so it could be possible, but still, you'd have to work really hard to try and find those. So it would be interesting to see. I'm gonna touch on that later. So this is the Gargoyle Collection. The year after, we had the Creepy Crawly Collection, which also had these little weird plain things that you could wear, but these ones are Halloween restricted. Can use those during Halloween or full moon. These items, of course, became usable all year round. On to the next one, we've got some more collections. Tough Break Cosmetics Collection, got all of those. And then the Mayflower Cosmetics Collection, got all of those as well. Next page, we have some more. We have the Winter 2016 Cosmetics Collection. I've got all of those. Some of them are in strange, as you can see by the counter on the top there. Some of them aren't, or most of them aren't. We also have the Rainy Day Cosmetics Collection. Another set of items there. Now these ones were from the Jungle Inferno update. So we've got the Saxton, the Monstrous Memento, and the Monster Mashup Pack, which disguises you as a Yeti. So you get those from doing contracts. These ones come from the actual items. So we've got the Abominable Cosmetic Collection, and then we have the Unleash the Beast Cosmetic Collection. So I've got all of those items as well. On to the next page. This is the most recent one, Winter 2017 Cosmetics Collection. This was the Winter Cosmetics Collection made, days ago, not very long ago now. As you can see, there's nothing else because I'm waiting for another collection to come out. Maybe that's what's going to fill the space. But I've finally got all of the items available in this collection. This page, we've run out of cosmetics now. We're on to taunts. As you can see, I have got, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 16 unusual taunts. They all have differing effects. I think I've pretty much got one of every of the regular effects, maybe. I'm not sure. My favourite one has to be maybe my Conga. It's a professional kill streak again. Glitched professional kill streak. This was when they were super cheap and I just slapped them on anything I could. It's got Fountain of Delight. I think it's my most expensive. I'm not sure how much it's worth now, but it is one of my most expensive items. I also have my Kozotsuki Kick with Spectral Swell. This was, I unboxed this Unusual Fire. This was a couple of years ago, I think, and I unboxed the Unusual Fire, and I was super happy about it. But then I've got loads more. Again, if you want to take a look at the link in the description, you can see all of the different types, and then I've got all of the different taunts in-game as well in regular form. On to page 20, and we have my in-game medals. These are medals from playing in different leagues and tournaments and lands. So we got UGC Highlander, got a couple of winners medals there. We got first place season 18, second place, I got a third, I got a second. But yeah, winners from Highlander and UGC. Then I've got winners from Platinum 6v6 in UGC. The only winner medals I have from UGC are actually Platinum ones. I never won a division below Platinum. So that was interesting factoid for you. Then we've got ETF2 Highlander. I've got some winners medals here as well. Premiership 9, 10 and 11. Then we've got my Sixes medals for ETF2L. I've got a few winners medals. I've got Division 4 winner, Division 5 winner, one mid winner. I reached the playoffs in high, season 23. I've also, the next one, this was season 27, this was the latest one. Season 28, season just gone, I finished 3rd in high, so I will be getting a poop brown medal like this, but it will be exactly like that, except instead of saying Highlander, it will say 6v6, and it will say season 28. I've got a UGC 4v4 medal. I played it once and never again. I've got my Deutschland medal from winning Deutschland back in 2015. I did win 2016 as well, but there were no medals for that LAN. And also the first time Insomnia ever made medals for in-game. I-61, that was this August in 2017. I played at that, and you've got a participant medal. There's actually winners medals out there as well, and they look very fancy indeed. On to the next page. These are just some genuine items like medals and stuff like that, but come from charity events. So we've got the Tip of the Hats 2015, 2016, 2017. You get different medals depending on how much you donated. I think this one was the same for everyone, but these two, you got a higher grade medal, I guess, for the more that you donated. Got the Blapiture Co contributor. Heals for Reals, that was this year as well. We got the Heartfelt Hug from Hugs TF charity event this year. This was from supporting Deutschland. You got that if you donated towards helping raise funds for the tournament itself. And then this one was for the Yogscast Jingle Jam, which was 2017 as well, another charity event where you got an in-game item. Next page, we just got some random crap, I guess. These are all the items that kind of keep a counter. So we've got the Duck Journal, which can level up when you could collect ducks in-game. That seems so long ago now. We've got the Gunmetal Campaign Coin, and I've got an Australian version of that. Counted your kills and contracts completed and stuff. The Invasion Community Update, where you had a coin, which counted stuff like on there. We've got the Gargoyle as well. You can level that up with Miraz missions, and it counts your transmutes, and you level it up doing souls during Halloween. So every time there's Halloween, this Gargoyle comes back into activation. Then we've got the Tough Break campaign stamp. Again, Australium. Counted your kills and all of that lot. Then we have the more recent one, the Contracker. This was from the Jungle Inferno update. And I got that up to Australium as well by finishing all the contracts. This one was a competitive matchmaking beta pass, which was given to me a memento of your participation in the 2006 competitive mode beta. Thank you for your help. And then I've got the competitive matchmaking beta invite. This was the actual invite. You could give this to people to invite them into the beta. You got that if you were part of the beta as well. So I saved one just for collecting. Then we've got some items here. We got the Soldier of Fortune. So I actually started playing this game in 2nd of September 2008. 2nd of September 2008. Then we got the Dueling Badge. I don't really use that much. Last duel was 2017. There we go, not too long ago. But again, it's not something I've really done much. Bombinomicon. This allows you to explode during death. Fun. Then the Spirit of Giving, got that up to Saxton Zone. 598 gifts given. Interesting. I think I've got a couple of Saxton, Secret Saxtons left over, so I could get that up to 600 at some point. Then we've got the Noisemakers, Vuvuzela, Koto, TF Birthday, and Winter Holiday. Then we've got some books. These are things that you can use for spells. Fireproof Secret Diary was super expensive when it dropped because it was so rare, but it hasn't done anything in the years and years and years that it's been out. You just use it as a spell book. You got the Fancy Spell Book, which once you collected pages, you could fill it up and make a proper spell book. Then we got the Spellbook Magazine, which you can also use, which you get that one for free. And then finally, the Barely Melted Capacitor. This came with the Fireproof Secret Diary, but these things were expected to do something fancy. They never did. They're just kind of items that don't really do much anymore. Onto here, we've got an MVM page. We've just got the badges from playing MVM. My highest is this one, level 280. Playing 2 cities, and got the different canteens you can get. Just some professional and specialized fabricators that I'm building up. Then we're on to some weapons. Now when it comes to weapons, like I said earlier, I don't have any of the glitched vintage items. So no vintage shortstop or anything like that. But when it comes to weapons, I have all of them for each class. I have the strange versions for every item that is available. I have the vintage item available for every item, and I have the genuine version available as well. For some weapons, that means I've got multiple versions. You've got the Fan of War, got the vintage version, the genuine version, and the strange version. Some of them I just have a unique version like the backscatter. I'm pretty sure you can get that in Strange now, so maybe need to look that up. I'm not sure. Also got the bread ones, and I've got the festive versions as well. I've got the regular festives and the strange festives for all of the items. So that's Scout. I've also got down there the Necro Smasher, the Strange Crossing Guard, and the Ham, things like that. This is all of my stuff for Soldier. This is all the stuff for Pyro. Some of the new items as well. Got the Dragon's Fury there. Thermal Thruster, Hot Hand, things like that. Gas Passer as well. Then we got the Demo Man. I got 3 different pans. I got my regular pan that I got, strange pan that I traded for, and one that was donated to me, named the Golden Frying Pan, because, you know, I don't have a Golden Frying Pan. Then we got the Heavy. Again, lots of different items. Like, most special one there will probably be the Robo Sandwich, which came from the sandwich box. And you could just basically just a reskin of the sandwich. It's just made out of metal instead. Finally, we've got the Engineer. You can see how few items the Engineer actually has, or at least different versions. But he is kind of limited to the things that he can use in game. It's interesting to see when you put it on a plate like that. Medic as well. Medic's quite low on the ground, quite thin with all the different things. One thing I like there, the Kritzkrieg has like purple lights in the item, rather than, you know, red, yellow, blue, or green, whatever. Then we've got the Sniper. Sniper has lots of different reskins of the Jarate. You've got the Jarate Festive and the Southway Beauty Mark, which is the one with the bread inside. Then we have Spy. Quite a lot of different knives for this guy. How many different knives have we got? We've got the Strange Knife, we've got the Festive, Strange Festive, Black Rose, Sharp Dresser, Eternal Reward, Wanga Prick, Big Earner, Kunai, and the Spicicle. Then I've got my bot killers. So those are all the class items. I have the bot killers on a separate page. So I have all of the rust ones, all of the blood ones. These come from playing the intermediate tours. I have all of the silver ones, gold ones, silver 2s, and onto the next page, the gold 2s. Some of them have been renamed because I traded for them. Then we've got the Carbonados and the diamonds, which came from playing in Expert MVM. Some of them have got quite a lot of robots killed. I used to use these for robots, but then I just switched to using any sort of old weapon. Then I just have some Conscientious Objectors, various ones that have been donated to me over the years, some to commemorate winning stuff, some of them just to have another way of having a golden frying pan. Then I have some collector's items. I've got 5 collector's items per class, and a couple of cosmetics. Got a regulator and the Rogue Coal Rule for the Spy. Nothing too special about them anyway. Some of them are strange collectors, like this one. You've got my Strange Collectors Professional Killstreak Calmangler, as well as my Man Melter, and my Flog is also Strange Collectors Professional Killstreak as well. I think that's all of the strange ones I have. Some of them are Professional Killstreak, like this one here. Even though the rocket jumper doesn't do any damage, you can have a professional killstreak on it. That was using the glitched killstreaks, and it is a case of if you have an item in another slot, such as a shotgun, you get a killstreak with that, and then you switch to this weapon, the effect actually does work. So it does actually work if you switch to this weapon, but obviously you can't get kills with the rocket jumper itself, so you can't actually do it that way. Next page is when we start to get onto the different types of skins. Okay, so this is one of the oldest ones, the Concealed Killer Collection. Got all of those. And then the Powerhouse Collection. These were the first 2 sets of items. All of these items are in factory new. These were the 2 first sets of skins you could get in the game. You then had the Gunmetal Cosmetics Collection. I've got all of those here. To the next page, more skins. We have the Craftsman Collection and the Two Fort Collection. These were the ones that you could get from doing contracts, I believe, and you got items that way. And these ones you can't get in Unusual through this original method. Some of them you can now because they are uncrateable as war paints. Onto this, we have the invasion items, the invasion update. So we have the Confidential Collection case, which has all of the items. Some of them are weapons. You've got a strange taunt there. Most of them are cosmetics. Then we have the Quarantine Collection case, which is the other invasion update case that you could get. And you've got some items here. Again, a couple of them are weapons. If they're weapons, I have the strange versions. Actually, Professional Killstreak, most of these. I think all of them are, actually, except for this one, because I do use them in game. Next page, even more skins. So we have the Gentleman's Collection. Again, got all of those. Then we have the Pyroland Collection. Got all of those. As you can see, there's some stars there because those are the unusuals we saw earlier on the other pages. Then we have more. We have the Harvest Collection. Got all of those ticks going all the way down. Then we have, what's this one here? The Warbird Collection. All of those, a slightly smaller collection. So again, the Harvest Collection and the Gentleman's Collection were ones you got from doing contracts, I believe, and stuff like that. The Pyroland and the Warbird were done from uncrating cases. You had to uncrate the cases in order to get these ones. And again, all of them are in factory new. Then we started getting into the war paints. These are a newer thing. So we've got the Infernal Reward Collection. We have the Jungle Jackpot Collection. Got all of them in all of these. Then we have the Decorated War Hero Collection. And then finally we have the Contract Campaigner Collection. Okay, so the first two, these ones were done from uncrating cases. These two were done from completing contracts and getting the rewards from the keyless cases that you could get. Page 41 now. We're getting near the end, guys. Stay with me. We have got the Winter 2017 collection. Not all of these are factory new. I'm still collecting them in factory new, but these are the war paints available from the most recent war paint case. Of course, you can uncrate these and get unusual versions and stuff like that. But these are the brand new ones. I've got all of them here. I've got two odd ones here. I've got the Dragon Slayer war paint, because this one is its own selection. It's in the Saxton Select collection. And then we also have the Smithsmith Sweater war paint, which comes from the Manco Events collection. And I didn't decide what I wanted to use it on, and I just thought I'm going to keep it, and just keep it as a war paint, and then maybe one day, if I decide that there's a specific weapon I want, I'll keep it. But for now, that's staying as a little war paint there. Next page, we've got some more weapons. Got my Australiums. As you can see, a lot of these are festive. I made a video recently showing that some of them, or most of them I should say, can be made festive. A few of them, Force of Nature, Extinguisher, Islander, Frontier Justice and Ambassador, as well as the Blitz Bucket, cannot be made festive, but the rest of them can have festive items added onto them. Also have all of the Dragon Slayer items, Scout, Rocket Launcher, Scout, Scattergun, Dragon's Fury, Grenade Launcher, Minigun, Shotgun, Medigun, Sniper Rifle and Knife, all in factory new. And those are the only items so far that you can make from those, and I'm really looking forward to maybe having strange versions one day, maybe even a strange energy orb factory new Dragon Slayer war paint. I would like one of those. I would like one of those. On to page 43, and these are items that have been gifted to me from various people. Okay, they all mean a lot to me in different ways. For example, we've got Numlocked here. He used to be one of the best demo man in the game. He's now a professional Overwatch player. But for me, he was always one of my favourite demo man to watch. We've also got Mike, MGE Mike, another professional Overwatch player now. But back in the day, he was, for me, the best soldier to have played this game. And it's nice to have an item commemorate him by. And I've got lots of, if you want to look through, got things. I think this one is Zebasai, again, another professional Overwatch player. I keep having to say that for some reason. But a lot of these are competitive players. Got Blaze there from Freyotech, stuff like that. Down here are more items given to me from various friends and stuff for different reasons. Some level different items there. Level 27 Vintage Sandwich was given to me on my 27th birthday. Got some level 0 items there. A lot of people seem to give me Spellbook magazines as gifts. Not sure why. This one was named Porno Mag, Super Hot, Medic and Heavy Action, weekly issue number 69. So there we go. But yes, these all mean different things to me, different ways. Finally, we get on to the crate collection. So I've got all of the crates number 1 all the way to number 50. Most of them can still be opened. Some of them cannot. It just says a memento from an age-long past. This festive crate can no longer be opened and is purely decorative. So no opening these ones. Then from 51 down to 100. Now these ones aren't numbered, but according to the code and backpack.df, they are labelled as 93, 94, etc. So this is the right order. We are missing numbers 70 and 80. These crates were never released. I think Valve built them up, having had the salvaged crates 30, 40, 50, and then the reserved one in 60. Wanted something big, but they hyped it up too much and never got around to releasing them. Onto the next page, we do actually have a bit of continuity here. We've got more cases. And then we have these keyless cases as well. And up to the most recent ones, Winter 2017 Cosmetics and Warpaint collections. Onto this page I have some various cases that don't belong in any sort of order. So we've got the unlocked creepy crates, Scout all the way through to Spy, one of each. Then we've got the unlocked cosmetic crates, again Scout all the way to Spy. And then we've got the multi-class one as well. These ones you can still buy in the store. These ones you can actually open only during Halloween, which is funny. It's a case that you can only open during Halloween. Then we've got the stockpile crate, we've got the audition reel, the director's cut reel, the Halloween package, we've got the bread box, Manco store package, Halloween gift cauldron, summer claim check, painting set, Maniversary package, summer starter kits all the way from 2014, gift stuff stocking, Smith's 2015 festive set, and a delivered gift bolt package. This was a gift from Grandpa Max apparently. And I know what's inside. But if you don't want to know what's inside, you're going to have to go to backpack.tf because I ain't going to tell you. It's a secret. But yes, it was quite nice to receive one of those, so I just thought I'd keep it in its wrapping. It's pretty boring from here on out. I've just got some spare pages now that you can actually have more than 40 pages. I've just got some space for some spare keys I've got here, some refined metal, robots parts for MVM, just some crap that I'm collecting and needing to sell. You know, nothing too interesting. MVM tickets obviously for those MVM sessions, just some cases, some spare cases, and some items that I'm trying to sell or move on. As you can see, some of these things that I've unboxed over the time. But there you go, guys. That is my backpack. That is all 54 pages. Congratulations to you if you stayed awake the entire time. It's not the most expensive backpack in the world. There are people who've got a lot more unusuals, a lot more expensive unusuals, but I like to think I have one of the most complete collections in TF2. I have pretty much every item, every cosmetic that is available to be collected in that kind of way. So yeah, there you go, guys. That's what I have in 2017. I am looking to sell some of my unusuals over the coming year to raise a bit of money for various in real life stuff. So, you know, you may see some of these items pop up on marketplace.tf at some point. So, yeah, who knows? If I make one of these videos in 12 months' time, it could look a lot different. But I do like my collection, and I'm happy if you watched it and enjoyed the video and enjoyed the sharing. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.